Thank you so much for tuning in today. So today's video, I am going to talk about the importance of the layouts of a floor plan rather than the square footage. It's important that you have certain square footages, but you could have a house that's 2,400 square feet, but if it's choppy with a whole bunch of walls, then it's going to seem small. So don't necessarily look at the square footage sometimes. You have to look at, okay, what's the layout? What is it that you actually want to have in a home? So for instance, some older homes, as soon as you come in the door, they have the stairs there. Or you may not want the stairs there, but they're down the hallway. So it just depends on how the floor plan is. It's like, well, what are the main points that are important to you? And then go from there. So if you want the townhomes with the large kitchens, I would say probably 2010 or newer. Go with that. Sometimes with new homes, they're still building on the rear or in the front. But if you want the large kitchen in the middle with the 2 rooms on either side, that's a newer home within the last, 10, 15 years. So it's essential to know that and to understand like what the floor plans are. So talk with your agent if you're not represented by me. Or if you want to talk to me about that, what is it actually? Come up with a game, like know the flow of houses, like how a house flows. Does it really make sense? Is that something that you want? If it's an older house, are you okay with that? Or you want something more of an open concept that it's not just like an aisle on either side. You want some space. So you have to think about that. What is that? So if you don't like that, you got to tell your agent that you don't like that because you don't want to waste time with your agent. You're going to houses that he's like, oh, he keeps taking me to stuff I don't like. Well, did you explain that you don't like kitchens like that? If you don't tell them, they don't know. Now, if they still do it, then they're not listening to you. But, that's okay. So, well, that's not okay. But that's a different scenario. They're not listening to you. And then that's a whole nother problem and a whole nother can of worms. Things that you have to iron out. Let me see. What else about floor plans? If it's a townhome, do you want a front load garage? Because a front load typically has a lot of stairs. Typically. It depends on the design. But for the most part, if it's a front load, there's going to be some stairs to get up to the front door. Typically. So just think about, okay, well, other than the inside, outside, what do you need? If it's a rear load, with rear load garages, you would not have any backyard because your backyard is your driveway. So if that's important, if you have pets, that's not going to work. Let me see. Do you need to be on the end? On the end typically costs more and you'll have more grass to cut because you'll have more land. So it's pros and cons to every house. So it's like, oh, well, I want to be on the end, but then if it's a townhouse, then there's going to be like more heating costs and more electric, like AC costs because you're on the end. So there's more heat on the house and you're more exposed to the outside elements. If you're interior, then you're shielded by the 2 houses. So they're different things. They're different scenarios. It's just something I thought to get you to think about. Let's talk about your plan for townhomes, single family, or condos. I'm Rashana Levin, realtor with KW United. I can be reached at 240-284-4114. Make it a great day.